So hey guys, welcome to another video, and today I want to talk about LFR. Alright, and I wasn't quite sure how I want to structure this video or what I want to talk about, but I'm kind of sure what I'm going to do now, so I was like, yeah, let's do it. So LFR was added to the game as a sort of a tourist mode in Cataclysm with the Dragon Soul raid, which wasn't too bad. Alright, it was kind of meh, and you know, the madness of Deathwing's pedicure was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. It was fucking retarded, let's just face it. Woo, Deathwing! Let's clip his nails. But the fact that we had it for a year made people hate it so much. It's as simple as that. And when LFR was introduced, it was actually harder than it is nowadays. Sometimes you would join LFR and you would get an utterly incompetent group, by Cataclysm standards that is. Since then, LFR was made easier in Pandaria and even easier in Warlords of Draenor. Significantly easier, I should say, in Warlords of Draenor. So nowadays, that utterly incompetent group from Cataclysm would just fly through LFR and kill every single boss. But back in Cataclysm, that group would just wipe over and over and over again until people left and that group just died. One thing about the original Dragon Soul LFR was so fucking dumb that to this day I cannot believe that someone thought that was a good idea and they actually implemented it. So here's the funny thing. If you didn't do the Dragon Soul LFR, that LFR used to have group loot. Imagine LFR with group loot. Now, this was before Blizzard realized that maybe we shouldn't allow people that can't use this particular item to need on it. So what would happen is you would kill a boss, someone would open the corpse, you would get 9 items to roll on, and everyone would roll need and hope for the fucking best. And he would have like one warrior that would win cloth robes and leather shoulder pads, and he would win the staff, and then he would win a fucking dagger. It was utterly fucking retarded. Thank God we don't have that anymore. That was the worst thing ever. And the thing about the Dragon Soul LFR was that even if you were raiding, you would still raid Dragon Soul LFR for the loot. It wasn't bad. It was way better than it is nowadays, and it was even better than it was in Pandaria LFR. So you would raid LFR all the time until you got fully equipped in normal mode or heroic mode gear. Then in Mr. Pandaria, they tried to move more towards this tourist mode, but it wasn't very successful. Although people who were raiding did not have to raid LFR all the time. Right? I remember farming Lei Shen for the Unending Vision of Lei Shen trinket and just throwing coins at him the whole day. But aside from that, maybe you would go there to get a weapon if you are already raiding normal mode or flex mode or heroic mode. And probably what most people did is go into LFR to get their tier bonuses. Alright, to get their set pieces. So they have huge bonuses, and it doesn't really matter that it's the LFR version rather than the normal mode version, because the bonuses were the same. And this is where people started complaining. They wanted LFR removed, and they called it the cancer of WoW, and then it's destroying the community and the feel of raiding, and it's wrong. And I'm going to admit it, I was one of them, and I'm still one of them. I think LFR is bad for the game. Really bad. You are robbing yourself of the sense and feeling of accomplishment and achieving something. You are spoiling the whole fucking thing for yourself on Dirt mode. What's the point in that? And I understand people that genuinely don't have the time. Alright, it's kind of derpy to play an MMO when you don't have the time to play an MMO. But alright, my friend's mum plays WoW. And she just doesn't have the time. So she does LFR once just to see what's going on, just to see the story, see the bosses. And she's okay with that. Raiding is not her thing. She just wants to see the content. And that's actually the proper way of running LFR. It's there for you to see the content. It's not there for you to gear up. And that's very obvious with Warlords of Draenor. Because LFR is actually a really bad way of gearing up. Alright, it's the fastest way to gear up, not the best way. Because you can get better items outside of LFR nowadays. Where I think they fucked up though with LFR is with the legendary fragments. people have to run LFR week after week after week to catch up, which is stupid. I think if they want to go with this style of legendary items, they should have some sort of a personalized storyline and something where you go and you fight mini bosses and you overcome challenges, which ultimately will lead you to this raid. You will do it once and you are done. I think that's a superior way of doing this legendary stuff. Just let people do it on their own. Alright, if you want to go with this style where it's a big storyline, this legendary quest, just let people do it on their own. Then they have to do the raid once and they are done. Simple as that. Wouldn't that be better? I think that would be better. And it would be more casual friendly as well. And I would love it, because we would have this legendary quest thing that we can do on our own and we can work on it. And it's our thing. And then we would have a raid on top of that. It would be cool, I think. But I'm still not sure whether or not I like the new LFR. I like it more than the previous incarnations of LFR because it's closer to this tourist mode they wanted it to be when they first implemented it. But it feels kind of pointless to give people gear at all right now. The trinkets are gone, the set bonuses are bad, the weapons aren't very good, and the armors don't look that great either. So why not make it into a proper tourist mode for people who don't want to raid but want to see it? Make it what it was supposed to be. It must be annoying as hell for the devs as well, for the encounter designers, because they design an awesome encounter, then they have to cut like 1/3, maybe even half the abilities so that it can be done on LFR, and most people see it that way. Most people see their encounters in derp mode. And that sucks. Just imagine you being an encounter designer and you design an awesome encounter, but most people see it in derp mode, and that's their first impression of that encounter. That just sucks. There's nothing else to say about that. It just sucks. And then there is another problem, because too many people see LFR as entry mode raiding, and if they turn it into a tourist mode, then what's the entry mode raiding? Normal modes. But normal modes are intimidating to people. Alright? People don't know what raiding is. Normal modes are intimidating. And it's not because of the difficulty, because people can die, people can do stupid stuff, and you can still kill bosses. Normal mode isn't hard up until the last couple of bosses, let's just say. But if you're trying to get into raiding, you're not going to fight Archimond as your first boss, duh. But I think the size has to do a lot with it. And I don't know, here's the thing. Flex mode in Pandaria was winged. And I think that helped a lot to bring people into the raiding scene. Because suddenly, instead of, looking up a raid and being like, oh shit, if I join this group and I want to try this raiding out, I have to fight 13 bosses. Even if they take like 10 minutes each, that's still over 2 hours of my time I have to dedicate to try something out. And I know it kind of sounds ridiculous with all the stuff I've been saying, but for new people, that's a lot of time. But with Flex, you want to join this Flex, it's just 3 bosses, you can jump in 30 minutes, you're going to be out, it's fine. I don't know why they didn't bring that back. And I think that's a big part of LFR that brings people in, because it's winged. You don't have to spend 3 hours in there just to try it out. Alright, you can jump in, kill 3 bosses, and leave. I think that was a big appeal, and I don't know why they didn't keep that. That would have been good, in my opinion, for at least normal mode. Not heroic mode or mythic, but for normal mode, why not? It would be much better for an entry mode raiding difficulty. Or maybe they could stop being lazy assholes and give us more raids per tier with fewer bosses so we have some diversity. Maybe I'm asking too much. But anyway, thank you all for listening, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.